What's up, guys? Welcome to Clairvoyance. We are back again. Myself, Solid Jake, joined by my co-host, See Ya Steve.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Well, we have a really exciting episode of Clairvoyance here where we are talking to two players from the European scene. We have Fabio of Empire and Ace of Spades from mYinsanity. Fabio, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
I used to play League of Legends for 5 years on the competitive scene, and now I'm player of Team Empire, and we're gonna smash everyone on our way.
All right. Sounds good.
And going up to you, Ace, now we talked to you a little bit on Town Hall a few weeks ago, but anyone that hasn't seen that, why don't you tell us about your history?
Okay, I started playing competitive games on World of Warcraft during Wrath of the Lich King. I played for like 1 year. I got my rank 1 at 2.9k on Rampage, the biggest EU battleground. Then I switched on Heroes 2, where I was rank 1 in Europe. Me and my teammates played for Eclipse, then for Curse. Then I switched and played a little bit of Hearthstone and for Titan Esports. And then I ended up here playing Heroes of the Storm. I also played casually League of Legends for like 2 months and got high Diamond. I was like Diamond 3 playing with Diamond 1 players, just because I knew I was gonna play Heroes of the Storm. So
wow. So let's actually just start with that. Now Fabio, what made you interested in Heroes of the Storm?
What am I interested in?
Well, why do you want to play Heroes of the Storm? What makes the game exciting?
I think this game will be really impressible. I think it will come on competitive scene very well, and some games like League of Legends or Dota will have one more.
Yeah, it'll be a big game.
Anime, right?
Yeah, that's a good reason.
It's compared to the Hearthstone, but Heroes of the Storm is not included in the top games on Twitch right now. But I think it will after release of beta.
I agree 100%.
yeah.
The viewership will definitely spike. It's going to be really good.
I mean,
I'm happy.
It's a game that's hard to watch if you don't play it yourself. It's kind of hard to get into, so I agree with that. Now, Ace of Spades, tell us a little bit about why you chose Heroes as your game.
Pretty much the same reason as Fabio. I mean, I want to play games competitively, so after Heroes 2 was a fail, I decided I was looking for the next big thing, and since I missed the League of Legends and Dota 2 train, the next big thing was going to be Heroes of the Storm. Like, it's a Blizzard game, we know that it's not going to fail, so I just want to play against good players. That's all I'm in for. So I'm waiting for that.
It's a pretty good reasoning.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, you both gave your reasons on why you're playing. What do you think? Do you think the rest of the European area will follow suit? Do you think that a lot of people in Europe will pick this game up and really run with it? Like, how does it compare against other MOBAs?
That's a good question. I think that Blizzard has a lot of like a really huge pool of fan base, and basically, I mean, everyone that played World of Warcraft will want to play at least once Illidan or stuff like that. So I expect this game to have at least 10 million players at least. If it's a free-to-play, you don't have to buy anything, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be big.
At least,
big number.
At least 10 million players by when? I mean, that you can't mean by like next year. That's kind of...
Yeah.
No. I mean by release of the game, yes.
Wow.
That is a bold statement, but I hope you're right, because I love this game.
Yeah.
Me too.
What about you, Fabio? Do you
Truly
think
agree with Ace.
Yeah.
I truly agree with Ace. What?
So, like, how do you think EU is going to receive this game? Like, do you think EU is going to like the game as a whole, or are they going to stick with,
I'm pretty sure they will. I'm not aware about formations of teams for now, but in future, I think we will see many new ones, and the competitive scene will be really big.
I think again, yeah.
A lot of ladders, a lot of leads.
Yeah.
Same question for casual players, the casuals. Do you think it'll be very popular in Europe for the casual player as well?
The game is missing the farm, so the main task of the team is objectives.
Yes.
It's very simple, and every casual player will get it fast. You need only 2-3 weeks for getting this mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really simple and it's easy.
All right. So generally,
Yeah.
it's a good idea that if you're looking to get into this genre, that Heroes is the place to start. So yeah, that's cool.
Once it's actually accessible, though, right now it's kind of hard to start.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Right.
What I'm worried about is the casual hardcore players, those players that don't play with a team but still wants to play ranked mode. I think the solo queue in this game is going to be, I don't know, tough. I want to see what the Blizzard is going to do with ranked solo queue. That's my main concern for the game.
Okay. Do you think it's going to be tough because it's so team-based? That going in
Yes.
solo is just going to be rough?
Now,
I think the casuals will love it, but people that want to play ranked a little bit less.
I think that'll. I personally think that will fix itself over time as more and more players have more experience and higher ranks. Solo queue won't be as bad. I think if you're playing with other high MMR solo queue players, that it won't be as bad. But I think at low MMR it will be very frustrating.
For sure. Yeah, I can see that. So with that kind of in mind, with the in terms of rank play and everything, I know Ace, you and I have talked a pretty sizable amount about this, but like the metagame of Heroes, it shifts almost daily at this point because it's so new.
It shifts almost daily.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But like, do you still see any really big differences between EU and NA for any comps, any metagame stuff?
I think it's more between teams than regions, to be honest. I think specific teams have specific things that prioritize, but pretty much everyone agrees that Arthas and Titus are super OP and just can't let the enemy team have them, stuff like that. So I think it's more like what people play in a team more than region-based.
What are some new compositions that you guys have seen in EU that you think are really scary and kind of just shaking up the meta right now?
In EU, one thing is that Zeratul is becoming very dominant lately, with more people playing it. So it opens up a lot of comps based on that. The burst is high. He's being played like a mage now. We are trying something like Stitches with Nova and Zeratul, and just bursting the target that Stitches is hooking. But of course, Nova has the problem that she's very squishy and has no escapes. Like I still said, the meta is shifting almost daily, and this is a phase where we try things more than anything else.
Okay. What about you, Fabio? Do you think that's the same?
I know just one important difference between regions. It's all about Diablo. We are not really using Diablo on Europe scene, and Americans really using him like every game. He is first tier hero. That's all the differences.
Okay.
All of us know that Arthas and Tyrell are OP bruisers, and as well Kerrigan and Sonya are really good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you see no Diablo in EU. Is that what you said? Just
Yeah, we are not using him.
I think
Really?
once maybe we played it in scrims.
Yeah.
wow.
I think that US comps play with a lot more melee characters than EU, and so Diablo is much stronger if you have 3 or 4 melee
Right.
against you. So when they engage, you pop your ultimate. That one time that we picked it against Team Empire, it was quite effective because they had 4 or 5 melee characters, I think. I don't know. You remember, Fabio?
That's true. Yeah, I remember.
No, I can see it. I mean, it makes sense. But that's a pretty cool look into things, and not necessarily related to meta, but still competitive scene stuff. How do you guys feel about how many teams have been picked up? I mean, obviously, both of you are on teams in EU, but like we now have mouse sports. Like, do you think that it's going to keep growing? Is there going to be more teams that keep getting picked up, or do you think that we're going to start leveling off at some point?
I know for a fact that more teams are coming, but I don't think that. I think there are not. I think there are more sponsors than good teams at the moment. That's what I think. So, some teams I would really like to see them with a sponsor. For example, Hydra's team and Symbiotic Gaming. I think both of them deserve a sponsor because they're really solid and good. And from EU, I think the strongest team with us is Empire, and yeah, I think those are the 4 teams that really might deserve a sponsor, if you want to say that. But it's still early to see. We have to see what happens.
Yeah.
All we need is custom games.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait.
I mean, I can't disagree because I am very excited to start casting myself, but that's going to make it a lot more worthwhile for teams to pick up, more squads because, like you said, we have the Versusphere Invitational and we have a few tournaments going on, but they're being broadcast from replays and put on YouTube. But it's like there's so little exposure from that. Once we have an actual spectator client, once we can actually cast games live, and even better, if you can watch tournaments in the client, because we see that little watch button at the top where you can click it to watch in the client. It's just gonna.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to increase the support and the infrastructure just of competitive titles so much more, create so much more opportunity. Tournaments will be popping up left and right. Matt and I talk about tournaments like constantly, just like what we're gonna do because we want to do stuff with as many people as possible. Because I mean, I'm a producer; I just want to produce esports content. But I mean, beyond that, do you think there's other things that could encourage more teams to get involved, other than just casting and events? Because I mean, that's a weird question to ask, and I'm just kind of trying to pick your brains because it might seem nonsensical, but do you think that, or maybe not nonsensical, but let's look at Dota 2. Dota 2 has this whole economy built into the game where teams can sell sigils. So you could buy the Empire sigil, you can buy the Team Liquid Alliance sigil, whatever. And then the team makes a little bit of money, but then the fans can represent that in the game. Do you think there's any chance Blizzard will do this for Heroes of the Storm?
I don't think that they will do something like that. But I think that Valve has a very good mindset with that kind of stuff. The crowd-funded tournament as well, the thing they did with Invitational, I don't know. It's kind of... I don't want to say that it's super smart, because it's not, but why no one else did it? How is that possible that no one else thought about it? I don't see Blizzard doing that kind of stuff, to be honest. They should, though.
I mean, for StarCraft 2, they've been updating the client for years to actually support tournaments. It'll say Red Bull Battlegrounds is now live as the background. It's a special wallpaper, and it gives you information, and it says click here to watch the stream. They've always done that, which is a great way to help create kind of just, hey, awareness that there are tournaments. What if Blizzard did something with Heroes of the Storm where you can buy a bundle, and that bundle is for ESL 1, and you buy an ESL 1 bundle and you get a special ESL 1 mount. It costs, let's say, $10 US. Do you think that's in the realm of things? Because it's just a special skin of a mount. It could be a special tint. Doesn't even have to be its own thing. Just a special exclusive tint. And then part of that money goes to fund a prize pool. I mean, I don't know. I've been theory crafting. Do you think this would really propel competitive gaming more, or for Heroes at least?
hugely. Like that will be what it's needed. Like I said, I'm not that Blizzard never did that kind of stuff. So, but I don't know. Seems like this time it's a little bit different. Like the devs are listening to the community,
Yes,
and they are more receptive. So I prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So I will say most likely not, but there is a chance now they are acting differently. So maybe, hopefully.
yeah, we can hope.
Hopefully.
We can hope, but I'll tell you, if I could get my little dire wolf that's ESL 1 colored with like a blue stripe going down the middle, that would be awesome. I mean, that would be so cool.
Blizzards have a lot of examples in LoL and Dota. Why not? I think.
Yeah, League does it already. I mean, they have team skins for worlds. They have summoner icons that you can put on. Like there's a lot of stuff in game that you can use for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, we have icons in Heroes, and you can see them on your friends list. So throwing up some team icons on there would be awesome.
Yep.
I would rep people all the time.
I mean, we obviously have not seen the Spectator client, but I think everyone is hoping that the new Spectator client allows you to put the team logos on the map. Because even, again, StarCraft 2, they have the custom I forget what it's called. I'm actually blanking, but they have a custom map editor that it essentially allows the tournament maps to have the team logos by their base, like on the ground. And the actual, so you can actually have the Team Liquid logo or the Empire logo in the game, which is very cool. Cool. I don't know, just trying to brainstorm, see if other people have more ideas like that, because it always gets me really excited to think how Blizzard will actually support esports, because we know that it's going to be different than StarCraft 2. It's going to be very different. I think they're going to take a very different approach. Even Hearthstone, I think we'll see some unique stuff come out in the future, but
yeah,
Hearthstone is kind of hard to. It's a hard esport because it's so luck based. That's the reason I stopped playing when they changed the rules. I won all the tournaments that I won was because I was ahead of the meta, and I knew what deck my opponent was gonna play, and I just counter-decked it. But I can, like, a really good player can lose against a really bad player in Hearthstone. So I have no clue about what they're going to do with Hearthstone as an esport. But Heroes of the Storm, they're gonna have a huge fan base. It's gonna be really hard for them to do bad in this game. Like, they really have to fail hard, I think.
I mean,
I don't see how it is not succeeding.
They're working with all of their IPs. I think we all agree, and the only reason all of us are here is because we trust in the success of this game.
Yeah.
But cool. As of right now, let's talk about servers. And this is a topic we have written down, where servers are typically, it's just NA and EU. Have you guys been trying to get more scrims together across servers? I mean, I know a few people figured out a few ways, but is it not worth your time? Is it something you guys really are anxious to do?
We tried to scrim lately again against the US teams, and we had to play with one guy that plays since 2 days ago, and just because he was near California, and we needed the person near California to play. And so we can only play with one guy from Europe from our team, and then the 2 US guys. So 3/5 of the team is the best we can do on US servers with lag. So we played.
Oh, that's a good point right there. I mean, how bad is the lag? Is it like a full second?
It's I don't know, 300 pings for us. For Empire, it's much worse though.
Yeah, it's much worse, much worse.
How often do you play on American servers, Fabio?
It's not cool. That's what I can say. We are playing on American servers on pub games. Like 2 games in a day.
Yeah.
Because of and not much players are playing, and we are waiting for 5 minutes until game starts, and then we are getting American server.
Yeah, I know they put in like a Southeast Asia server as well, but I think it just relays to America. I'm not 100% sure on that, Because I know I've been getting matched up with a lot of Korean players now, depending on what time you play.
Are you sure about the South Asia servers? I
think-
didn't hear about that.
I think it's more of a relay and not so much of just a full-fledged server. But I don't honestly know. So I'll have to look into that again. I should have already. But anyways, so without without taking into consideration going across the ocean, are the servers in your region good? Are they acceptable? Are they playable, or is it still kind of alpha with the field?
Not at the moment. There's some problem with the servers, and some people from specific regions are having problems. For example, Fabio here can't play very well in the past 5-6 days. So this is giving us problems to scrims.
Yeah.
So they were fine. Now they are not. So please fix it.
Okay.
We are having a lot of issues. That's true.
Just Russia? Everyone in Russia right now, or?
Now I know that like 10% of all players are having those issues.
Well,
It makes us feel really high latency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys use a third-party program. It's What the Fast, right? Is that what some people use for it, or is that just to connect for NA?
I was trying to use it. It doesn't help for real.
Really? That's too bad.
I suggested it to him, but it didn't work. Didn't fix anything.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
well, the game
It's
isn't.
about alpha.
Yeah, it's alpha.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's going to be bumps in the road, just issues with servers and bugs and all that stuff. So what can you do? Just kind of have to deal with it.
Yeah, I guess. And I'm in the same. Well, I guess not really the same, but so we have server bugs, we have game bugs, and then we have game balance. What when it comes to like those three things, what's the biggest issue for you right now? Like, is the game balanced well enough that you're okay with it? Are there game-breaking bugs, or is it really like just servers at this point that you're just kind of like, please fix this the most?
Well, there are no game-breaking bugs, I think, and the balance is not really that important in MOBAs, I think, because even when there is the OP stuff, you can ban it. Or like there is more than one OP hero, so one team gets one, another team gets one. I think it's interesting to see like sometimes OP stuff coming out. A MOBA really doesn't need to be balanced to be fun and entertaining. About the servers, I hope they fix that soon. That's a big priority.
Okay.
In terms of game design, which hero in the game would you say is the best in terms of like different builds that are viable and just like fun factor and just feels like they're at a really good spot?
That's another question. I don't think there's an hero like that with multiple builds that is good and fun to play. I'd say that the P heroes are boring. Like for example, Arthas, it's not very fun for me to play. The most fun is I think Brightwing, but it's not the most OP, so can't really answer that question.
I think it's about carry one. Some of carries will have few belts, and how it's against heavy tanks and against squishy setup.
Yeah.
Like Valda or Reynar, they can have few belts. All depends on enemy team.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Tanks are playing always same build. Supports are playing same build, and bruisers are playing same builds. It's all about carries. Can change something.
Okay. So with that in mind, do you think that the talents need to change a little bit? Has it already become to the point where people just go into the game and they already know what they're going to pick? Like there's no uniqueness to it, even though that's the almost entire point of the talent system? Do you think that should get changed?
I'm sure HOTS needs much more talents or something that casual players can choose.
Okay.
Because builds are really simple.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since you don't have to farm for them or anything.
Right.
Yeah, I think most of the times, yes, you enter a game and you already know what you're going to pick. In a Dota and League of Legends, you buy specific items to counter a specific hero. So I think I would like to see more talents, but it's not a necessary thing right now. I hope that they will change it in the future, but now it's better if they focus on other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think is the most important thing that they focus on right now?
First, fixing the servers. Secondly, the custom games and the spectator mode. But that's only from a competitive point of view, I guess. So
True.
it might be biased.
Any input, Fabio? Your list of things?
I agree with Ace. We need services. I need services to repair and custom games to show our level to all the community.
All right. What do you guys think about the different game modes that are in the game? Like we've had 3 pretty stable ones for a while, and now we have Garden of Terror, and it was pretty bad at first, but now it got tweaked a little bit. Do you think Blizzard should kind of stay the course with the way they're going, or should they really try to diversify and have like full objective maps where you almost win by pure objectives?
I think they could try that. I think it's an alpha. They could totally spend some time working on one map like that. They could, experiment a little bit. I think that the maps are going to be the main factor that will make people like or not like the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Same.
It's a huge draw to the game. Like
Yeah.
maps are aside from just the IP that we have with all the heroes, like maps are it. That's a huge change.
Yeah. I don't.
You played World of Warcraft, Ace?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Fabio, did you play World of Warcraft?
A bit, just 30 level.
Oh, okay. I always think that Arathi Basin would be a really cool map, because with Arathi you have, lumber mill mines, all the different points to control, and if you got some kind of resource for controlling points, like a territories style in a MOBA. I mean, territories is a big thing in FPS, but I just think Arathi would be so good for that. And I don't know the mechanic. I don't know if by gathering resources, maybe your minions become stronger, or maybe something like that. But I think that could be one map where that just changes up the game a lot. And I was disappointed with Garden of Terror, because Garden of Terror is just boring.
Yeah, it's basically a Dragon Shrine. Like, it's the same thing. You get a big monster and you push. I don't want to bash Blizzard too much, but I think that could do much better. They could have more fantasy when they think about making maps at the moment. Your idea with Arathi Basin is a good one, and you can have many others and experiment a little bit more. Yes.
Fabio, have you thought of any cool maps? Has it been something you tried to theorycraft on your own time?
When I was playing World of Warcraft, I was just trying to get max level. That's all. I wasn't even watching on the map where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Sorry.
Maybe a StarCraft map.
I mean, it's not just World of Warcraft that they can pull from. Like,
Right.
Capture the Flag it's just a game. It's in Warcraft, but Capture the Flag is also just a huge, like, it's a schoolyard game that we play in America.
Exactly.
Like it's everything. So like a Capture the Flag type game may be cool as well.
It'd be very different, very unique.
It would be super different, and like when it comes to competition, it's cool to see those differences, because like, and I'm gonna jump back to Halo here real quick. In Halo, like, there was always teams that were really, really good at being like slayers. Like that was their thing. Like, they were really good at deathmatch. But when it came to objective games, they couldn't hold the ball well, or they couldn't run the flag appropriately. And so like it brings in an entirely new skill set to the competitive scene. And it was really, really cool to see that. And I would like to see something like that in this game, where like, yeah, you already have so much complexity because you have to learn the heroes. But then, like, on top of that, use maps to your advantage, too. Like, really bring out the smart players and show that they know what they're doing. And then, like, this is a team-based game, and objectives on maps are very, very team-based. So, like, use that to your advantage. Make really cool maps. And I hope Blizzard takes that and runs with it, and I hope they do something really cool.
Especially while we're in alpha, they can make the weirdest maps. I mean, they did some cool stuff with WoW. They got creative. Initially, it was good, and then they came out with stuff like Eye of the Storm, which is territories with Capture the Flag all in one thing. So I love that map. It'd be kind of weird to have Eye of the Storm on Heroes of the Storm. But,
EOTS, HOTS?
Right, it'd be a bit strange to have that, but they could take the same concept. And Ace mentioned how it's not just going to be Warcraft maps. Yes, I think eventually we will see StarCraft maps. We will see Diablo maps. Maybe we'll see Lost Vikings map. I don't know. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think, so I've had a couple of ideas that one of them is really bad and the other one's like kind of mediocre. The first one being really bad is like a forced arena type thing. It stems from playing custom games of Warcraft 3 where like you have a hero battle, it's 5-on-5, whatever, and then intermittently it'll just pull one hero from each team and make them fight. And like that's super not balanced, so I get that it's probably a bad idea. But it's stuff like that I think about. And then the other one is kind of like a Diablo themed one, where you have like in Diablo you have like in Torchlight you have phase beasts, and you kill the phase beast, a portal opens, you go and you do stuff. So kind of the same idea as like a Haunted Mines type thing, but the objective is constantly moving around the map, and you have to like find it, and then once you find it, you have to kill it. Once you kill it, you get like a pretty decent bonus, and then you can go inside, and there's more stuff in the portal that you can kind of do, and it constantly just sort of snowballs and goes with crazy ideas. And I'm not saying that these are good or anything like that, but I would like to see Blizzard just go crazy with these things, like loot goblins, stuff like that, like cool things that they already own, and just like I want them to put them in.
Now, let's take this the complete opposite direction.
Yes.
Fabio, do you think it would be good or bad if Blizzard released a traditional tri-lane map like League of Legends and Dota 2?
It would.
Bad.
I'm pretty sure. As well, I hope Blizzard will release some special maps like those 5, but I need 3-line map.
Okay.
And it would be really cool for competitive scene. Or there are other ways to let players play on those 5 maps and others special. How to say, it will change a lot. 3-line or those maps, you know.
But I guess my big question to follow up with, do you think it'll work out with the shared experience on and no last hitting? Wouldn't it be? I mean, it's going to be different. It's going to be unique. But do you think that'll translate in a normal tree line map?
It will depend on jungle. How to create it. They can use some special things for jungle, and it will change a lot. All gameplay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, I think it's inevitable that if Blizzard does not make it, I think a fan will make it when we have the map editor. But Ace, what are your opinions on? Do you think it'd be good for the game to have that map, or do you think it would be?
I don't think it will matter. I think people will play them up, see them up. If it works, Blizzard will keep it. If it doesn't work, they can remove it. In World of Warcraft, every season they change a few arenas, and I think they could do something like that for Heroes of the Storm. Every 6 months they add a new map and remove one, stuff like that. It could work, I think.
Yeah, I think that's kind of their plan going forward.
I think so, yes.
They said 7 rotating maps. So 7 maps that would be rotating was the number that I heard last. They said it in one of their...
Developer insights?
Yeah, developer
I heard a 10 lately.
10?
Yeah, I think when they talked about it, they said they wanted like roughly 7 to 10, and that it's probably more likely that you'll get 7 constantly, but like more may come and get added as they go through. So
let's talk about... well, we're talking about maps, and let's talk about ranked ladder and maps. How should they address the map issue when it comes to ranked ladder, because it's really hard to pick your ideal composition if you don't know what map you're going to be on. A lot of times your composition, it will be amazing for Dragonshire, but then you get Haunted Mines and you have a hammer and you just want to shoot yourself in the foot. I mean, what do you think the best solution is for this?
I think you need to know. I think you need to know which map you're going to play before you start drafting. That's the only solution.
Yeah, let teams ban maps.
So it's
We have
Like strike maps before they go in.
yeah,
Yes.
drafts for
Yes.
maps.
good. That's what I wanted to hear. So just just random strike. You end up on a map, and then you go to the pick ban phase for heroes. You guys agree that this is the best solution?
I think that's what everyone said and want to see. I didn't hear any different opinion. Like some bans on the map, maybe 2 bans each team on the maps, and then randomize from what it's left. So with 10 maps, 6 maps left, and randomize, and then you decide which heroes you pick based on the map.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ways they could handle it, but definitely, I know Blizzard a while ago said that if they do implement a ranked, it would show the map before you go into the game, because they recognize that like you don't want to have the extra frustration of having what happened with what Jake just said. So they know that's there, and they have said that they're considering a draft mode. They're not too sure how they're going to do it yet, but it's coming. So we'll see what happens.
And moving into the draft discussion, we've talked about this before on the show, but what do you guys think? You guys prefer the League of Legends style draft or the Dota style draft?
Or a third one, if you know of one.
Or yeah.
I think the Dota 2 draft is more interesting, but the problem is that people don't really know what you're doing, the casuals mostly. So I think that when people will watch the tournaments, they will prefer to see the same thing that they use every day. So I guess we'll have to go with the League of Legends style.
Just because it's more intuitive and
Yes,
easy to
because
understand.
the casuals will like it more. And so
Yeah.
that's what really matters.
That's a good point. Fabio, do you agree?
Yes, truly. League of Legends style is much better for casual players. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think kind of initiating people into draft would be good, and then kind of trying the Dota draft at some point in Hero's lifetime to see what the actual community feedback is would be really good. But I think for sure the league style is the way to open, and then you kind of just move from there and see where you go.
One option will be that when they release ranked games, you can choose which type of ban phase you're going to have. You can choose between Dota style or LoL style, and you can see which is more popular, and then you remove one. That will be an option.
Huh, that's a really interesting idea. Cool, I like that. Obviously, it's going to be the best case scenario is if they make both options available in the game, so that if you're a tournament organizer, you can use whichever you want for your tournament. That's the best case situation. But I do agree that having the more simple pick ban phase is the probably the better route.
Yeah, at least for the opening, it's probably better.
Yeah.
And as a tournament organizer, you could always just do it in chat like we do now, because it's totally fun.
Totally fun.
I don't think that once you choose, I think people really don't like changes too much. So I think that the one that they will use at the start will stick for a long time.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. I'm certainly excited to see what they do. I want to know what they're going to do for the actual draft, though. Like if they're going to do the one ban, and then one pick each, or if they're going to do how we do it now with the 1-2-2-1. Because I know there's been a couple of talks about them doing single pick, single draft, which it's not a bad thing, but it does kind of eliminate a lot of nice little intricacies of the draft.
I agree.
So I don't know. I think for tournament play, it should definitely be at least 1-2-2-1.
And at the same point, you know, the whole draft process could evolve as the game evolves, because when you only have maybe 30, 40 characters available in the game, it's hard to have multiple, you know, phases of banning. But once the game has 85 heroes, I mean,
Of course.
there's obviously a lot more room for that.
Yeah, for sure.
But all right, I think the last thing I wanted to talk about was just BlizzCon. What do you guys want to see happen at BlizzCon? Obviously, I'm sure you guys. Well, PAX, we know we're getting 3 new heroes. I doubt we'll get much more. And actually, you know what? Before we go to BlizzCon, since you brought up PAX, why don't you guys just say which hero of the 3 you are most excited for? We have Chen Storms out, Anubarak, and Asmodan. Yeah, I was just thinking nipple rings. That's all I could think of.
They got their own physics.
So, Ace, who do you want to play the most? Who do you think will be the best?
I think the Lord of Obesity. That's the one I want to play the best.
Okay.
Okay. Fabio?
And I will prefer Chen.
Chen? Oh, okay. So
Why
I
did
think
nobody say
most people think he looks like the worst, from what I've asked. So do you have anything interesting in mind that makes him sound good to you?
I can't say for now, but I will show you later on streams.
Okay. Cool.
All right, that works. I'm still surprised nobody says Anub. Like, he's so scary.
Yeah. No one has chosen Anub as
I
their.
still think he's gonna be #1 most played.
He's gonna be so good. He's gonna be.
He just looks ridiculous, man. He's a warrior
He
with
looks,
insane
OP.
initiation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Asmodan. I mean, I'm all about the nipple rings and.
Stop.
Yes.
All right, BlizzCon.
So yeah, moving on to BlizzCon. What do you guys want to see come out of it? I mean, do you think we will have beta before BlizzCon?
Good
BlizzCon's in
question.
November.
I think that what we want to see is not necessarily what's the best for the game.
Okay.
I think what's the best for the game, it's like getting people to wanting to watch those games at BlizzCon. So probably they have to invite big names from other games like Afu, Ekop, Ati, and those kind of people here. But what I'd like to have is at least a small tournaments with some teams there to show off good games.
Well, just to clarify that last year at BlizzCon for Hearthstone, they invited a mixture. Some of the people they invited were very much personalities that weren't top players, but some of the people they invited were the best players. So I think we could easily see kind of like, all right, we have Empire, Ace of, Empire will have mYinsanity, we'll have, maybe one other team, and then maybe the 4th team will be like a team of celebrities where it's like Total Biscuit, Day 9, Husky, DJ Wheat. I could see them doing a celebrity team for sure. It would just, because people would get very excited to watch them play a new game and watch them fail, because they would. But it would be very entertaining. And at the same time, they could make a team out of StarCraft 2 players. I could
Team No Limit. That sounds like a StarCraft.
That sounds like it.
Yeah, well, it's, maybe Team No Limit will be there because they have a StarCraft 2 following. So I could definitely see something like that happen. But other than like the actual esports event, I mean, do you guys think we'll see new heroes? What's on your wish list, I suppose?
Big tournament.
That's all you care about.
Yeah.
Competition esports.
That's all you care about. I mean, I can't disagree with you. That's cool.
I want to see at least a custom games spectator mode and at least 5 heroes before BlizzCon. 3 are coming. At least 2 more at the BlizzCon will be nice.
Yeah, I think we'll get
How about just,
Warlords.
And ranked mode.
Just
Yes.
like one mage. Just one.
Kael'thas, please.
Yeah,
Kael'thas.
Kael'thas, Jaina, Gul'dan.
I think-
Like, I'll even take Gul'dan at this point.
Azmodan is a caster.
He's like sort of caster, but he also summons stuff. I just want like pure caster. And pure caster. Nothing else.
Gul'dan. Summon Golem, I suppose would be his heroic.
Infernal or
The
something.
Infernal, yep.
Yeah.
I could see him having Hellfire,
Yeah.
Soulfire.
Probably some kind of drain life, drain mana type thing.
Yeah. So this is completely off topic, but I'm like super excited for Sylvanas. And I looked up the Dark Ranger abilities in Warcraft 3, and
They're so good.
Essentially she had a silence, a lifesteal,
Black Arrow, son.
Black Arrow, lifesteal. Her heroic was charm, where she like literally just takes over a mercenary. I forget her third ability, but I don't know. She sounds super fun. I think it was, and like if she last hits, she makes a skeleton or something. Like, oh, that would be so broken. Anyways, that's
what Arthas was supposed to be. But
I know. That
people will hate that.
Yeah.
I know.
Devastating. No.
I know. That season's Markman is kind of in a bad spot right now because of that. But
well, I'm gonna list Sylvanas as my most wished for character in the entire Blizzard franchise. Matt.
Kael'thas.
Kael'thas
real bad.
Okay. Ace of Spades, most wished for character.
I want a Murloc that is not Murky. He was just the only one that I didn't want to see in the game.
Old bear guy?
And they made it, yeah. I want a good Murloc caster, something like that, with a net and, I don't know, stuff. Yeah.
Huh, okay. Fabio.
I want to see one more undead character, Sylvana, and some heavy tanks. I don't know who it is, but heavy tanks for game.
Like the Haka or something?
The Haka would be cool.
Yeah.
I would like
would be.
I want a fire bat.
Hellscream.
You want a fire bat? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hellscream won't be a tank. Hellscream will be a berserk, like just a bruiser, I think.
Depends on which one.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Garrett
might be like
tanky after Usage.
Very interesting.
When he goes low, like a bonus damage or something like Olaf in League of Legends, probably most likely.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they could do with character design. I'm pretty pumped to see it. I think we're set, right?
Yeah, we're out of time. That is for sure. I know you guys got something to do in a few minutes, so we'll let you go.
Yes.
Want to say thank you for coming on, and why don't you guys give a shout out and tell people where they can find you online.
Okay. Thank you for having me first, and I had a lot of fun. And they can find me on mYinsanity Facebook page or Twitter.
What's the Twitter?
And on
mYinsanity?
Just mYinsanity. I'm gonna keep yelling at you to make your own Twitter.
I know you were gonna say it.
But
I'll make it. I promise.
Thank you. Very cool. And do you have a Twitch or no?
I have a Twitch actually. It's Ace of Spades QT.
Ace of Spades
so I will start streaming soon. They actually invited me today to move to the gaming house in Swiss, and I'm not sure if I will do that. I can't stream from where I am. There are just no good connections to do that. So if I decided to move in the next few months, you will see me streaming there.
The team house?
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Fabio, where can people find you?
They can find me on Team Empire side and on my Twitch as well. I'm streaming our team trainings usually and other games too.
So what's your Twitch? Is it just twitch.tv?
I can't spell it really.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Maybe in the comment below.
Yeah, we'll put it. We'll put it in the video comment.
Send it to me, and I'll put it in the comment below. We'll figure out this mysterious spelling of your Twitch channel. All right, Matt. Where can people find you on the net?
Everywhere at CSTeve except for YouTube because they still haven't given me that thing. So Twitter, I'm more active there now. So if you want to talk to me, hit me up there. And I'm always on the Heroes subreddit r/Heroes of the Storm. You can find me there, and that's my thing. So thanks.
Awesome. Well, you can find me on YouTube, not MLG, at Twitch probably. I think I'm moving over to twitch.tv/SolidJakeGG. My YouTube is SolidJakeGG, and as you can see on the screen, my Twitter is in fact SolidJakeGG. So it's pretty easy. Thanks again very much for coming on the show. It's really interesting to just kind of pick your brain about both Heroes and the European scene. Hopefully we get the servers fixed before long, because that sounds like a big pain in the butt, that's for sure.
Yep.
Not a lot of fun there, but that does it for this episode of Clairvoyance. And until next time, take care.